let's face it, we are all haunted by death. So no matter what you accomplish in your life, no matter how much you've achieved and what you've managed to produce or whatever, we all know that it's going to be swallowed up in our own death, right? And that's led some philosophers and others to say, well, what's the point? Life is just absurd, isn't it? Death has the final say. I will open your graves and have you rise from them. Here's the God of Israel now speaking to us, this God of the Bible, the true God, who does not think that death has the final say, who announces his purpose clearly to open our graves and have us rise from them. He's the God of the living, not the God of the dead. He wants to breathe life into us, to revive. Then we hear, when Jesus arrived at Bethany, so just a few miles outside Jerusalem, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb 4 days. Now, what's St. John insisting upon here? That Lazarus is really dead. Your brother will rise again. And Martha says, well, yeah, I know he'll rise on the last day, see, with all the righteous dead. But then Jesus says, I am, remember from last week, ego eimi, here's another one. I am the resurrection and the life. In other words, what Israel was sort of vaguely hoping for, that maybe at the end of time, through God's power, the righteous dead will arise. Jesus is saying, ego eimi, I am the divine power. I am the resurrection and the life. And I think it's lovely. At this point, Martha makes one of the great confessions of faith in the whole New Testament. Think of, St. Peter, you're the Christ, the Son of a living God. Think of St. Thomas, after he's put his fingers in the Lord's wounds, and he says, I've my Lord and my God. Well, here's Martha now, listen. Yes, Lord, I've come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who's coming into the world. I think everybody, their brothers died, so there's the fact and the finality of death. And she questions God, why has this been allowed to happen? But then there's this incipient faith. Yeah, I do believe that he'll rise at the end of time, but then it's coming now to a deeper place. It's coming to a deeper place because she's confronted Jesus, who says, I am the resurrection and the life. Yes, I've come to believe that too. You're the Christ, the Son of a living God. You see, it's this movement of a soul toward deeper and deeper faith in the power of God over death. Then these gorgeous details. When Jesus saw her weeping and the Jews who had come with her weeping, he became perturbed and deeply troubled and said, where have you laid him? The deep emotional distress of Jesus that's on display here. He's in the home of his friends, Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. Lazarus has died. He sees the people around weeping, and he's moved at the deepest level. See, friends, don't think of God as just this kind of distant philosophical principle, a detached first cause. No, the God of the Bible is a God who's always entered into our lives, and especially into our suffering, and particularly into our experience of anguish in the presence of death. And everybody listening to me right now, and myself included, we all know this experience, that God enters into this with us